hoping this will be helpful because I have received a few questions. Um, People feeling a little bit like, what's the word, writer's block, like they don't know what to do. So hopefully this will help a little, I hope. Yeah, I have email too.
I got a question in the chat. Doing
Yes.
Grey's Anatomy on group roles, is that a good idea or should I try something different?
No, that's great. I
Okay.
would recommend choosing a specific episode if you can, or maybe a couple of instances, particular instances from within maybe a couple of episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna try to do pick which characters matched each role based on personality.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I couldn't really think of like particular episodes where like
Where
they
you've
were each
seen it.
acting how, yeah, like you see a lot of it in a lot of episodes, but you don't see like every person acting in the way like Alex in the early seasons was probably like a clown acting out, and
Right.
and
Yeah.
then later on, I put like April Kepner as like a supporter or encourager.
Okay, good.
So, but
Good.
there's not like specific episodes that I have where they're like
Okay.
all acting that certain way.
Right, right. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you'd have to pick a different episode for each
Yeah.
person, and that's okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Yep. Yeah, so for all of you, if it doesn't fit when I recommend picking a specific scene, right? Because I think that's what I recommend in the instructions. If it doesn't, you can't make that work, then do like what Patience is suggesting. She knows of, in this particular series, particular characters behave take on group roles at different times, and that's going to happen over courses of different episodes. So that's okay too. If you're really familiar with a series like that and you have that in your memory, like as you said, Patience, that Alex is one way here earlier in the series and then April later in the series is this way, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that or doing something on role ambiguity. I
Okay.
That one I thought might be a good idea too, but I just don't know how like in depth I can take that concept, I guess.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. You would have to, it's one of those unknowns until you get into it.
Yeah.
If you have enough material, then that might be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm gonna play with both of those and see what I can come up with. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. For the rest of you, do you have an idea? Like, have you picked an artifact? Noah has.
Yeah, I've picked one too.
You picked one too, Bryson. Great. And I know Hayden digs. I think I got an email from Hayden. Do you know, those of you who have not picked an artifact, are you instead, there's a certain concept you like that you would think you might want to cover? Typically, we start with artifact on an assignment like this, so it's a little harder to go the other direction. Okay, so those of you who have picked your artifact, do you have ideas on what concepts you're going to cover in that artifact? Noah says yes. What would you mind sharing? What concepts or what vocabulary you're going to be in, Bryson too? Great.
I have to go back into the book
Okay.
and look at like specifically what it is, but I'm doing Captain America Civil War
Okay.
because there's a scene in there where there's a lot of conflict and part of the group like they just aren't agreeing with each other and
Okay.
the group work with what they're supposed to be doing is just a lot of arguing. So
Okay. Okay.
going more in depth with that scene.
That's good. And honestly, there are probably other chapters in our book that we didn't cover in here that is perfectly acceptable for you guys to use if you need to, because there is a chapter on conflict in your book. So if you're having any trouble, Noah, you might want to just take a look at that too, um, to see if that might help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Bryson, you said, Oh, I saw Spencer's about to say something. Go ahead, Spencer.
I was thinking about doing Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
What do you suggest I should do for the key concepts in that movie?
It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm not able to immediately say, oh, do it on. Have you rewatched it recently? That might be a good idea. Like sit there with your book, right, and watch it and take note of anything just on a notepad, right? Be like, okay, I bet you I could do group roles with this, or I bet you I could do group development with this, or something, or intercultural communication, or whatever, right? Like I said, it's been too long, so I don't remember the details of the film. Does that help a bit, Spencer?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So Bryson, I saw your thumb or hand or something go up. I don't remember what the interaction was.
Yeah, it was a thumbs up.
Did you pick? Do you have any idea what concepts or vocabulary you're going to cover in your artifact?
Yeah, I was gonna do informal group roles because I'm doing it on the show called The Good Doctor,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they just have like a bunch of different roles that you're able to see within the show already.
Awesome. Good. Good. So your approach might be similar to patience in that you might not be able to find a single scene to use as an example, so you might have to jump around.
Yeah, it's gonna be multiple scenes.
Yeah. Good. Good. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Any specific concerns anybody's having? I would recommend if you are feeling stuck or you're concerned about this, to book an appointment with. I'll share that again. I'm going to share my screen again. Book an appointment with one of our tutors, our communication tutors, because they are waiting for you. You log in and you pick subject tutoring, not the writing tutoring. Okay.
How long does the whole presentation need to be again?
10 minutes at most. If you go over that, it's okay. I'm not going to penalize you in any way.
Okay.
Typically, they're going to be, typically you talking is going to be about 7 minutes. So a lot of
Okay.
times you'll provide clips and things, and I'm not counting that against your time.
Okay.
Yeah. So between 7 and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Which equates to about 7 to 10 slides. It's typically about a minute you spend per slide.
Okay. Thank you.
Helps any? You're welcome.
And then just 2 or more key concepts.
Yes, yes. And you can, I mean, if you feel like you have enough to talk about with one concept, by all means, do that. So you might pick like an overarching concept, let's say informal group roles, right? But then you're going to have multiple vocabulary within that you want to share with us, right? Because
Okay.
are those the examples of the specific roles you're going to show and talk about, right?
Sweet.
Yep. Good questions.
I think that's all I have for questions.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Colby. So, Sana, do you have any specific questions?
What's another big mistake you've been seeing with these presentations? Like something that like you think should be fixed with all the
Let's see. Anything that's common. So common problem. That's a good question. Common problems. One of the most common ones is no conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know that conclusions and intros are both kind of belabored, like people frequently in papers even kind of don't know what to do
Okay.
with them. Which is why I suggest a really easy approach is just reiterate that thesis statement. And you can, if you like, briefly summarize what you told us, right?
Okay.
A lot of writing teachers will tell you that, right? They'll say in the intro, tell us what you're going to tell us, like give us a preview, right? And then go through the meat of the paper. So in this case, your presentation. And then at the end, remind us, okay, so here we discussed informal group roles, and I showed you how character so-and-so represented devil's advocate or whatever, right?
Okay.
Yep.
So start out with your thesis and then go into your intro about what we're going to talk about.
You can even, if you'd like, you can do intro. You can do thesis as part of the intro.
Okay.
Or your intro just be about your artifact. That's up to you how you want to
Okay.
handle the introduction. Yeah.
Like I kind of have it started. So like my first slide, I just have what show I'm doing. I just put like Criminal Minds, and then I did the introduction, and then went straight to literature review. So I didn't put my thesis in there, but I'll probably put my thesis.
Yeah, that should be, yes, absolutely. That should be very early. Yeah, yeah. You reminded me of something too when you said that. Another common, it's not a huge deal, but in giving presentations anywhere, it's important, is to introduce yourself. Even if your name is right there on the slide, just say, hello, my name is Colby Preston, and I am going to discuss.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's always just a nice etiquette, presentation etiquette. Yeah, yeah. Good questions.
So, Criminal Minds, thesis, introduction, literature review. So go over. I'll probably just put my two key concepts right there.
Yep.
And then I'll have the next slide. So my fifth slide will be my first one. Key concept. Second will be my seventh slide will be the second key concept, and then my conclusion after that.
And then you would want to have an analysis section. So in that section, you'd basically be saying, okay, so here is where this key concept, or here in the artifact is where this key concept is illustrated.
Okay.
Pick a specific place or talk about a specific character, maybe a little more. Because you said you were going to do informal roles. Is that right? Or did I?
I'm not really sure yet.
Okay. Sorry, I misremembered what you said. Yeah, so you would gonna kind of go into a bit more depth in your analysis section, but really in the key concepts where you're doing literature review essentially is just defining those vocabulary words for us.
Okay.
Telling us what that means. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. So tie them all.
Yeah, yeah. Treat the presentation a bit like, let's say you were going to use this as something you put in your portfolio for a job interview. Treat the presentation in a way that even somebody who hasn't read your textbook will be like, oh, cool, I understand what that is. Explain it like you're teaching it to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then after I do that, I can go right into my conclusion.
Okay. Yep.
All right. And then conclusion. Okay, I think that's it.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have another question?
No, that is it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Colby.
All right. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.